Zohran Mamdani will be the first Muslim mayor of our great city.
Zohran Mamdani just swore in on the Quran. Yay, he's so progressive. Super progressive. Let's learn what the Quran says. Per the Quran, men may have up to 4 wives whom they have complete authority over, but women may only have 1 husband. Women are not allowed to refuse intimacy with their husbands. And oh, by the way, the Quran actually instructs the husbands to beat their wives for disobedience. Furthermore, the Quran permits men to marry pre-pubescent girls and then consummate the marriage once the man decides that the girl is physically able to tolerate it. The Quran also explicitly calls for violence against non-believers. Here are a few references you can pause and read. Fitna is worse than killing. What is fitna, you ask? Well, fitna is unbelief or the resistance to Islamic dominance and authority. It is better to kill people than to allow fitna, again, unbelief or resistance to Islamic dominance and authority.
You scared now? What happened? It's about stupid. Stupid. Yeah, triangle, Hamas.
Shout out to Zohran Mamdani. This is New York City. Wow.
Yeah. Stupid, open your window.
Wow.
Dummy. Open your window. Now you're scared.
How gangsta are you? That's just my question. How much are you willing to do it? And I know everyone has their own risk levels, but at the end of the day, that's a question to ask ourselves. How committed am I to this?
She is recruiting people to put on bomb vests and go to a public place and yell Allahu Akbar and blow themselves up so that they can get 72 virgins. This is what they're doing on American soil now. She should be tracked down and arrested, period.
If your movement is telling you to commit acts of violence against people for speaking words that you don't like, number one, you're evil. And number two, you are engaged in a terrorist movement.
I agree.
Well, I wouldn't worry too much about this one. I wouldn't worry too much about him. He about to die.
And this is another American immigrant speaking like this publicly.
Yes, we did answer.
Yeah, so I should be killed.
We did answer.
I deserve to be killed because I left Islam and became a Christian.
According to Islamic law, an apostate like you would be killed, yes.
Okay, thank you.
And according
Okay, this punk-ass little fucking racist white dude in Minneapolis, Nick, whoever the fuck he is, TikTok. Y'all know what. You're
Another
doing
one.
well. Keep...
Arrest him.
That dude.
Started as a daycare fraud investigation in Minnesota is now entering a far more serious phase. After the first arrests, investigators say the case did not stop at fake daycare centers. According to news sources close to the investigation, authorities are now tracing where the money actually went, and what they're finding is raising even more alarm. Bank records show public funds being moved through layers of shell accounts routed across states and withdrawn in cash within days. Some accounts were linked to individuals with no childcare background at all. Officials say this was not sloppy fraud. It was organized. Several properties tied to the case are now under surveillance. Others have been quietly shut down. Federal agencies are reportedly expanding audits beyond Minnesota, reviewing similar programs in other states. Meanwhile, families who depended on legitimate daycare assistance are now facing sudden disruptions as payments are frozen and facilities close overnight. Investigators warn this may not be a single state scandal, but a blueprint. And now a new question is spreading fast. If this system was exploited here, how many others are still operating unnoticed? More updates expected.
Now they're complaining that kids don't have a place to go for daycare. They brought it on themselves. Bad actors always mess it up for the good actors. That's how it goes. And it is happening from the top. We can see it happening with Zohran Mamdani, Ilhan Omar, Tim Walz. And you go from state to state and you're going to start to see these liberal governors and liberal mayors getting in the way of justice.
They're so mad. The Somalians are so mad because can you imagine for years you're at the dinner table talking with your family about how everything's good. Oh, we don't need to worry because the government and whatnot. I mean, 81% of these people are on welfare, but on top of that, they're collecting millions of dollars for these companies. Tax exempt, by the way, especially the daycares. So can you imagine how mad they are now? Like that's why they're right now. There's like people are so upset. Like there's like bounties on me here in Minnesota because people are so upset as far as the fraud that's being exposed, because they know their time's up and they know everyone's just sick and tired of this happening inside their own state and across America.
What have some of those threats been?
Yeah, there was apparently like a bolo that they used. That's the word that some people told me was on me, and I can't reveal too much just because I don't want to reveal. But like, yeah, lots of messages, death threats, obviously on social media, and then it's just not the most safe thing for me to be moving around freely right now.
In my videos, I've been talking about Mito Blue. It's methylene blue, right? Really small blue capsules. Amazing. And the potency is almost double what you see on Alex Jones's channel, where he's talking about the liquid that you drink. I want you to go to blueturner.com, put in LFR 20 so that you receive 20% off. You're going to get a 30 to 60 day supply, adjustable shipping frequency, free shipping, and you can cancel it anytime. Y'all go ahead and take it, man. Let me know what y'all think. And don't forget to put in that code so you get 20% off.
I think that's fair. I mean,
and the true believer knows that none of this is in vain, that this is all jihad, that this is all ibadah, and that this is all counted for by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so the conversation of doxing, the conversation of getting arrested and suspended, I think it's time for Muslims to start to say, all right, so what? Do what you want. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, because
she is literally giving a speech over Zoom to people, letting them know that, look, some of you are going to be doxxed. Some of you are going to be locked up. Some of you might be harassed in some type of way. But right now, we need for you to go out there and do what you were brought over here to do, which is terrorize. That's exactly what she's saying. She's talking people into strapping bombs to themselves, into picking up weapons and going to public places and doing what we just now saw happen in Australia on the beach, while people, innocent people, were celebrating Hanukkah with their families, with their loved ones.
It's about time to do that. And I know everybody has their own families and has an education and everything. Just a question. We don't want to get doxxed, and we don't want to get suspended, and we don't want to get arrested. How gangsta are you? That's just my question. How much are you willing to do it? And I know everyone has their own risk levels, but at the end of the day, that's a question to ask ourselves. How committed am I to this? To what extent of my personal material gains am I willing to sacrifice for this bigger noble cause? And subhanAllah, I truly believe that when your heart is in the right place, if you get suspended, if you get doxxed, because it's bound to happen when you're doing a righteous cause and when you're doing something for the sake of Allah here in the West, it will never ever be in vain. And the true believer does not fear that, because the true believer knows that the akhirah is a promise.
But what you increasingly see, Jesse, is you see people in the trans community and other members of the far left who are saying they are so threatened by negative rhetoric that they must take arms and attack people. If your movement is telling you to commit acts of violence against people for speaking words that you don't like, number one, you're evil. And number two, you are engaged in a terrorist movement. And that's part of what we have to root out in the White House. And this is very important, Jesse. I've talked to a lot of people about this. I've talked to Stephen Miller probably 7 times in the past 2 days. We are working very hard to ensure that the funding networks for left-wing violence, that the radicalization networks for left-wing violence, that if you encourage or fund your fellow Americans or anybody else to commit acts of violence because you disagree with political speech, you are going to be treated like a terrorist organization, and we're going to go after you.
I'm glad we have.
As you should. Lock all of their tails up. Lock all of them up. Get them all up out of here. You didn't come over here to terrorize us. You claim to come over here for a better life. And now you're trying to terrorize people because they won't assimilate to your way of doing things. I don't even know why Zohran Mamdani was even allowed to swear in on the Quran. I don't get that. And please, maybe I'm naive, maybe I'm wet behind the ears, but feel free to school me. I'm here. School me. I'm not going nowhere.
Transparency. We need transparency.
When people say like this is fake, I'm like, actually, well, let's look at
kan muxuu haystaa lacag bis u haystaa baduu fool xumiye iska fool xumiye kan waa duq uu dhiman rabaa. I wouldn't worry too much about this one. That albaabkiisa jooga. I wouldn't worry too much about him. He about to die.
She was live streaming. She was talking to fellow Somalians. She was speaking in their language. And she decided to speak in English when she said that part. We all understood that part. Everything else she was saying before she started to and all that other stuff, we didn't get it. I didn't get it. Maybe you guys did. If you did, feel free to translate it for me because I would love to know exactly what this balloon head bastard is talking about. For real.
I asked you.
Let me finish.
I asked you, do you believe I should be killed today?
And I answered you, sir.
Yes or no?
I answered you.
Yes or no?
I answered you.
And
think he said yes.
You want me to
Yeah,
I said.
Yeah, you answered me.
in a proper Islamic jurisdiction, an Islamic nation, all of the laws of Islam and the Sharia as revealed by God should be applied.
So if we were in that kind of state, would you do it?
Including
I'm not the one that
with
executes
proper due process, with a proper court hearing, just like any nation of laws. The laws of the Sharia should be applied, including the death penalty for not only apostates but also blasphemers.
You didn't answer me. Yes or no?
We did answer.
Yes, we did answer.
Yeah. So I should be killed.
We did answer.
I deserve to be killed because I left Islam and became a Christian.
According to Islamic law, an apostate like you would be killed. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
And according.
That's where we're going. I love everyone. And Christians, I believe most Christians love everyone. So when other people see our content, they think that we're hating on them, and we're not. We're just loving on our country. We're loving on our ways of life. We're loving on actual progression, actually moving forward and getting better as a people, as a totality. And that's where I am right now. I want to see our country do well. And it's not going in the right direction, gang. But I would love to hear what y'all got to say about this in the comments below. If you have yet to hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Thanks again for joining our channel, for becoming a member and everything. Make sure that you support the channel in any way you possibly can inside the links below our descriptions. And if you want to join me and learn how to do this YouTube thing in 2026, I'm here for it. Love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.